morning, everyone, and welcome to tonight's 4/20/23 Historic Preservation Meeting. I would like to call tonight's meeting to order. If I could ask everyone to please stand, and we will together recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now for our roll call, we will each introduce ourselves. Perhaps we'll go right down the line here. I am Jenny Steinhagen.
Ladislao Castellanos.
Greg Luisi.
Thank you. Unfortunately, Member Abrams is unable to attend tonight's meeting, but will be joining us in May. So with the three of us, we have 3 items on tonight's agenda. We have the approval of some minutes. We have the opening of a public hearing and setting a public hearing, sorry, I'm setting a public hearing to be opened next month. And we will be recognizing Tuckahoe's second historic landmark, which was recently approved by the Board of Trustees. So in that order, let us take care first of the minutes. So there are 2 minutes that we need to approve tonight. The first one is a hangover from last year, and this one is a meeting that Laszlo and I attended. Laszlo, that was the meeting of December, is that a 5 or a 15? That was December 15th, 2022. So I would like to call for a motion to approve those minutes if you've had a chance to look at them.
I have. Did I say aye?
Madam Chair, just for the record, this was a meeting that there were only 3 members, that the board hadn't increased it to 5 members yet.
Exactly.
So that's why only 2 members need to, the 2 members that were there need to approve it to pass.
Exactly, and we did not vote on the December minutes at last month's meeting because Laszlo was not there. Yes, yes, but this was a meeting that Laszlo was at, so the 2 of us were at that meeting, and we have minutes.
Say aye. You can? Okay.
Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion.
And I am in favor.
Aye.
Aye. I second the motion. And all in favor? The 2 of us. Excellent, thank you. So those are approved. The meeting minutes from March of 2023, we can all vote on because you were at that meeting.
I missed the last.
Laszlo missed the last meeting.
So since there was a 5-member board at that time, you need 3 votes. If Laszlo wasn't there, you have to wait until you have the 3rd member here to vote on those minutes, so you can't pass them this month.
Okay, so I stand corrected. We will not be voting on the March meeting minutes. Those we will hold over until next month, and we can take care of them then. But we will include you, Greg, in that, in that vote, and looking forward to it. So with the minutes out of the way, our next item on the agenda is to acknowledge that the Historic Preservation Commission recently received, it was stamped by the Tuckahoe Building Department, a Certificate of Appropriateness application. And the next step in this process is to acknowledge that by asking the members of the commission to make a motion to to set a public hearing to discuss the Certificate of Appropriateness. In this case, it is a Certificate of Appropriateness application for 230 White Plains Road, also known as the Ward House. So I would like to ask if there is a motion to set a public hearing for our May meeting, which will be held on May 24th at 6:30 p.m. for the Certificate of Appropriateness filed for 230 White Plains Road.
So moved.
Aye.
Any second?
Second? Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Excellent, thank you. So that public hearing to discuss the Certificate of Appropriateness application for 230 White Plains Road will be held on May 24th at 6:30 p.m. So that discussion will take place then. And the third item on the agenda is an acknowledgement that Tuckahoe now has its second historic landmark. We would like to thank the Tuckahoe Village Board of Trustees for their unanimous, well, there was one abstention, a vote to approve the Washington Hotel on Main Street as Tuckahoe's second historic landmark. That took place at their meeting earlier this month. And I'd like to thank the members of the commission for their work leading up to that. We would also like to congratulate the owner of the Washington Hotel building, who has come to a number of meetings and offered his support for that landmark application. Per our legislation, this commission stands ready to assist the owner of the Washington Hotel and the owner of any and all historic landmarks in the village of Tuckahoe with possible grant applications or National Register applications. I was reading a statistic today that Westchester County has over 300 National Register sites and none currently in Tuckahoe. We do have a Tuckahoe historic landmark, but we talked about this one before, our beautiful school, the Tuckahoe High School, which is technically located in Eastchester. But there's absolutely the opportunity, and again, we stand at the ready to assist in ways that we have spelled out in the legislation, as well as sitting down and discussing any other ideas that might be brought to the table, how we can celebrate Tuckahoe's history and its historic landmarks. Those are our 3 items for the agenda, unless I'm missing anything or anyone has anything to add.
As I've always done in the past, I always encourage the public to please attend these public hearings, to voice their opinion to us about, now in this case, the Ward House, which is a very significant piece of property in historical terms, but this is 2023 and a whole new dynamic that's going to be involved. So please, again, we encourage anyone from the public to voice their opinion via appending this meeting or via email. Correct? They could probably reach us through the village hall if they wanted to do that.
Yeah, there'll also be that public hearing next month, May 24th at 6:30. So if the public does want to speak, they can come out and speak at that meeting. If they're uncomfortable coming out and speaking at the meeting, they can send a letter to the building department and they'll forward it on to this commission for their review.
Thank you.
Super, thank you. So I think we're winding our April meeting down. Our next meeting is in May. Hopefully the weather will be just as lovely. They do say April showers bring May flowers. Well, the April showers bring May flowers. What do May flowers bring? This is for all of our history fans out there. Of course, our Mayflowers bring pilgrims.
I was going to say pollen.
That may have actually been a better response there. But yes, that's mine for tonight. I have more if we want to. Or maybe we'll save them. Maybe we'll save them for another time. But on that note, hoping everyone has a lovely end of May, end of April, beginning of May, and we look forward to our next meeting on May 24th at 6:30 p.m.
Right here.
Can I ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
Motion? So moved.
So moved. Good night, Tuckahoe.
All in favor? Thank you. Good night.